Rotana Refutation outline is being responded to. The death penalty is an ineffective capital punishment. Death penalty, the definition of the death penalty is a capital punishment. So being the death penalty as an ineffective capital punishment, the wording is kind of weird. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, the capital punishment is the execution of an offender sentenced to death after conviction by a court of law of a criminal offense. But to respond to it, I will say the death penalty is an effective capital punishment. For the advocate, the first claim was that one, it was wrongful convictions, that's why it was ineffective. But for me, my response to that is a reasoning challenge. The death penalty is an ineffective capital punishment. A wrongful conviction does not have enough reasoning to call the death penalty an effective capital punishment. There are DNA testing to be used to definitely find out if the defendant is guilty or not. The defendant can appeal the crime several times, and according to the advocate's own source, deathpenaltyinfo.org, there were exonerations by the state, and 138 were exonerated from 2000 to 2007. That means 5 exonerations per year. So the guilty do have a means to fight wrongful convictions. Two, my advocate's next claim is death penalty fails to deter crime. And my counterclaim to that is, that person stated that states that have the death penalty do not have lower crime rates or murder rates than states without such laws. My counterclaim is using the advocate's own source, deathpenalty.info.org, is that it was a generalization, an average, a grouping of the non-death penalty states versus the states with the death penalty. And it shows that being compared side by side, there's 50 states, but they used only 14 states, and those 14 states did not have the death penalty over the states with the death penalty. So there's more states with the death penalty. That's why it was an imbalance. That's why you see there was more murder rates than the states without. In more further evidence, the state of California has a murder rate of 4.9, and California is a state with the death penalty. But if you see the state of Michigan, a state that does not have the death penalty, the statistics is 5.7 are murdered. So 4.9 compared to 5.7. That means a state with the death penalty has lower murder rates. The third claim that is being refuted is that the financial costs this country has to face, the financial costs are too great when the death penalty, the financial costs the country has to face when it comes to the death penalty are too high. My reasoning is evidence. The cost for taxpayers is actually lower for capital punishment than life imprisonment. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, direct expenditures, the amount of money that is spent is $50 billion for the judicial process, and is $74 billion for the corrections, like the facilities, jailing. The advocate argued that because of the appeals from death row inmates, it will cost more in the long run. But it's simply not true. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, in 2009, there was only 3,000 inmates on death row. while 7.2 million people were in parole, in jail, or in probation.